Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. Let's begin with the headlines.
PLC member Tariq Saleh praises health ministry efforts in liberated areas.
Gulf Cooperation Council Summit reaffirms full support for Yemen's Presidential Leadership Council.
UN General Assembly demands Israeli withdrawal. OIC Observatory reports ongoing crimes in Gaza and West Bank.
We begin tonight's bulletin with national developments in the health sector in Makha, where Presidential Leadership Council member Tariq Saleh commended the Ministry of Health and medical teams across the country for their continued work in providing essential healthcare services.
Meeting today with Minister of Health Qasim Buhaybeh, Saleh emphasized the need to strengthen and support the sector to meet growing demands. The minister presented a detailed briefing on the health and epidemiological situation in liberated areas, outlining existing challenges and the support being provided through partnerships with international organizations.
Buhaybeh also highlighted Tariq Saleh's role in backing key health initiatives, including recent projects on the West Coast, most notably the new 2nd of December Physical Therapy Center, which he described as a significant addition to local medical services.
And in diplomatic and humanitarian cooperation, Yemen's foreign minister has held talks with the International Organization for Migration, Abdul Sattar Al-Suwaif, on tackling irregular migration flows into the country. The minister reviewed IOM's humanitarian programs and received a briefing on the organization's current activities in Yemen. Azindani also stressed the importance of strengthening joint efforts to combat irregular migration, calling for closer coordination between government agencies and regional partners involved in addressing migration routes into Yemen.
Also in Yemen's cooperation with international partners, Minister of Endowments and Guidance Mohammed Shabiba met with Zubair Yakar Almaz, the coordinator of Turkey's Cooperation and Coordination Agency, to review opportunities for enhanced cooperation and knowledge exchange in religious education and endowment development. The meeting explored prospects of Turkish support to endowment-based educational and development projects, including the rehabilitation of damaged institutes and training centers affiliated with the ministry. Shabiba expressed appreciation for Yemen's close ties with Turkey and its continued support, stressing the importance of strengthening cooperation in education, development, and community services.
And still in Aiden's governance and development file, Minister of Local Administration Hussein Al-Aghbari chaired the final board meeting of SERI project, UNDP's Institutional and Economic Resilience Initiative, attended by acting UNDP Resident Representative Nadia Al-Awamle and EU Ambassador Patrick Simone.
The meeting reviewed and endorsed the project's final results across the target governorates of Aden, Taiz, Hadramaut, Lahj and Marib. The minister stressed the importance of expanding Yemen's development portfolio, creating job opportunities for youth and women, and enabling the private sector to support economic recovery.
Al-Aghbari praised the developmental achievements made at the local level, describing them as positive indicators of donor confidence and of the government's commitment to comprehensive economic reforms. He also thanked UNDP and the EU for their sustained support. Representatives from the EU and UNDP reaffirmed their readiness to continue joint coordination with the government to implement further development programs.
In local governance efforts, Minister of State and Aden's Governor Ahmed Lemles today inaugurated the Musharaka platform, part of the EU-funded Civil Space Enhancement Project, implemented by CARE International.
Governor Lemles said transferring the platform to the Office of Planning and International Cooperation reflects strong confidence from international partners and supports the government's move toward institutional data-based governance. He added that Musharaka is part of a broader vision to modernize local administration, promote openness and collaboration among government institutions. the private sector and the civil society, and improve transparent, evidence-based planning.
In Pilgrimage Affairs, Under-Secretary of Yemen's Ministry of Endowments for Hajj and Umrah, Mukhtar al-Rabbash, met with Abdul Muhsin al-Salim, Saudi Arabia's Under-Secretary for Umrah Affairs, to discuss the Umrah system and its latest updates. The meeting addressed challenges faced by Umrah companies in previous seasons and the need to raise awareness among pilgrims and agencies about violations and their consequences. Both sides emphasized the importance of sharing update information, keeping pace with new statistics, and improving coordination between the two ministries to respond quickly to any developments.
In a significant regional development, the GCC Supreme Council meeting in Manama has renewed its full support for Yemen's Presidential Leadership Council, chaired by President Rashad al-Alimi, and all bodies working to restore security and stability. The final statement emphasized commitment to a comprehensive political solution based on the Gulf Initiative, national dialogue outcomes, and UN Security Council Resolution 2216.
The Council voiced strong backing for UN efforts led by Special Envoy Hans Gramberg and called on all Yemeni parties to fully implement the confidence-building measures announced in December 2023, including a nationwide ceasefire, economic steps to ease living conditions, and preparations for an inclusive political process. The summit condemned Houthi escalations, including attacks on commercial vessels, the detention of UN staff, and continuous Iranian arms smuggling, calling for firm international action to safeguard maritime security.
Moving to regional security cooperation, Yemen is participating in the 49th Conference of Arab Police and Security Leaders in Tunisia, hosted at the General Secretariat of the Council of Arab Interior Ministers. The Yemeni delegation was led by Mohammed al-Mahmoudi, Assistant Under-Secretary for Criminal Security.
Over 2 days, senior security delegations from across the Arab world and international organizations will discuss key security issues and technical topics aimed at strengthening joint Arab security cooperation amid rising regional threats.
In his opening remarks, Secretary General Mohammed Kuman highlighted the conference's focus on emerging threats linked to synthetic drugs, noting their severe impact on societies, development, and national economies. The Yemeni delegation was led by acting permanent representative to the League, Ali Musa.
In our Arab and regional coverage, the United Nations and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation have issued two major updates on the situation in Palestine. In New York, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution calling for Israel's withdrawal from all Palestinian territories occupied since 1967, including East Jerusalem, and reaffirming the Palestinians' people's rights to self-determination and an independent state.
A total of 151 countries voted in favor, 11 opposed, and 11 abstained the resolution. The resolution stressed that acquiring territory by force is illegal and that Israel, as the occupying power, must not obstruct Palestinians from exercising their rights.
Meanwhile, the OIC's Media's Observatory reported continued Israel's attacks in Gaza and the West Bank between 25th of November and the 1st of December. In Gaza, 13 Palestinians were killed, 37 injured, and 42 bodies recovered amid intensified bombardment, while the UN warned that only 25% of the agreed-upon humanitarian aid is reaching the Strip. UNICEF also reported 9,000 malnourished children under the age of 5.
In the West Bank, Israeli forces killed 5 Palestinians, injured 8, detained 325, and carried out 282 raids, demolishing homes, seizing land, and committing 1,443 violations in just 1 week. The observatory's cumulative figures since October 2023 recorded 71,205 killed and 180,195 injured.
To regional social policy, as the Arab League has opened a high-level conference in Cairo focused on combating child labor and strengthening social protection systems across the Arab world. The two-day conference, held in partnership with Arab Labor Organization and the Arab Council for Childhood, is examining child labor as one of the most serious violations of children's rights and a major barrier to healthy development. Delegates aim to address the key challenges facing Arab states in eliminating child labor and in shaping integrated social protection policies.
This has been the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. Thank you for watching and have a good time.
Have a good time.